Hey gun people, this is a pretty good little video of some protesters here. I'm going to talk about the good and the bad for the cops and the protesters. It's about a 3-minute video, but there's a lot going on, so I'm going to be pausing it. So if you want to watch the whole video, I'll put a link. Don't be coming here crying any complaints. Don't pause! And I know it. Shut up! So these protesters getting here, you see the cops kind of riding through the middle of the crowd. I mean, later on, that's going to be an issue if I was a defense attorney for some of these guys filing suits or something. If the cops were so worried and so scared, why are they riding through the crowd? Now, you saw a cop going this way to make the skirmish line basically down there to stop the people from running. And I was like, okay, why are they stopping them? Okay, maybe they don't want them in this area. Maybe there's I couldn't figure it out. And I still don't really know what the hell happened. Okay, so we have the cops standing here. They got pepper spray, batons, riot shields, and they're pretty much saying, don't come this way. Now, again, I'm not sure if they don't, why this intersection, this is a very large, huge intersection to kind of control. They don't look like they have the forces. The people have the numbers, and anytime the people have the numbers, they can force through those without numbers. I mean, these people aren't going to shoot them with guns. They can just run through, run over these guys, and force their way if they get together. What happens is this group kind of gets together for a little bit, and then they chicken out, and half of them turn around. But a lot of them get through. Okay, so you notice all the protests, they have their face covered. Is that a good or bad thing? Should covering your face be illegal? Look, I'm not a fan of all the Muslims wrapping their headgear and everything. When you're protesting, though, if you want to cover your face, I mean, I guess I'm kind of on the fence on this. If you ain't got nothing to hide, you shouldn't hide nothing. However, with a tyrannical government, you know, sometimes you don't want to be labeled, or they'll hunt you down later, or they'll get video and they'll put out arrest warrants if they want you. I mean, these guys are the freaking left-wing BS that they don't ever do anything to. So nothing's going to happen to these guys. If this was a conservative march, then I could see covering your face because they go after you. They don't go after all these left-wing loons.
Riot police are behind them. You police officers here. The rioters are going to break through right now through these guys. Sorry, 3.
Okay, so they've made a line here. Doesn't look like a very good line. They've got some motorcycles and bicycles. For this line, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10, 12. You know, maybe 20, 25 cops. That's not a lot of people. I mean, a crowd's got to be at least 50 to 100. Okay, this guy gets really far out in front of the crowd. You see a cop over here. He's getting close to the crowd. Later on, when the cops are going to be up testifying, well, the reason why we did that, the reason why we busted people's head, the reason why we threw flashbangs and pepper spray is because we were in fear of our safety. Well, you know what? As a defense attorney, they need to be saying, you weren't that afraid. You're riding out there alone with no protection. You left the safety of your partners and you went in the middle of this crowd. How scared could you be? Now, that's from the government side. I'll give the other side here in a minute.
They're going to charge you.
Okay, you see all the yellow shirts back here? These are cops pushing them this way. Look, when you trap an animal and they got no place to go, they're going to fight back. I mean, any assaults here, if the DA is going to try to prosecute these, I think is absolutely bullshit. You can't trap a group of people with cops pushing them on one side and pepper spraying them into other cops on the other side who were pepper spraying them, and then claim the cops were in fear of their lives and that's why they had to beat the shit out of people. Now, look, I don't like these idiots blocking traffic, and I don't like some of the shit they're doing, but government needs to be held accountable. And you know, we can always justify, well, you know what, I agree with government this time, so they get away with it. The problem with that is when you allow government to do shit like this on a one-time basis, it becomes routine, normal. Now there's a precedent, and now they can continue to do it. Government needs to be held in check. This is BS. I think the cops are wrong. I think government's wrong. I think the protesters are wrong, but the protesters don't have the power to go out there and beat the shit out of people and put them in jail and hold them accountable and try them in court and take away their freedoms. The people don't have that. Although the people are wrong, they still don't have that power to do that. Government does. Now, I'm sure I'm going to get some people disagreeing with me. That's all right.
This is going to get ugly here. It's going to get really, really ugly right now.
Well, no shit, they're going to try and break through. They're trapped. They got cops pushing them on both ways. Where are they going to go?
They're going to try to break through these lines.
Okay, now they got the flags with the A for anarchy, I guess, ISIS, whatever. I mean, look, I don't care if you wanted to protest, but when you start, you know, burning shit down and throwing things, that's one thing. But when the government starts trapping you and then pushing you and then claiming that you're the aggressor, that's BS.
You're going to get real live. Follow for more updates on twitter.com/LukeWeAreChange. Follow through. A lot of people here, obviously, pepper spray, NLG.
These little greenhouse people kill me. They're running around saying, we're lawyers, we're lawyers. Hell, that's freaking you don't want to tell a cop you're a lawyer. If you think that's going to protect you, you're crazy. Most cops hate freaking lawyers.
Illegal observers. They're trying to get out of here. They want to leave. The cops are not.
We're lawyers. Yeah, that really worked. Here, oh, really? You're a lawyer? Oh, shit, let me see your bar card, and we'll just let you do whatever you want. Freaking idiots.
Not letting the NLG leave. They're not going to let anybody leave.
We're attorneys, man.
National legal observers here.
Really?
Lawyers here to observe everything that's happening. How you guys doing?
That dude's throwing up. Rick, you shouldn't laugh. Yeah, that's kind of funny. I guess you have to be there.
Two police lines.
Okay, we call that a clue. When the crowd is starting to cover their face and they're gathering for cops, that's a clue. Okay, when the cops start gathering and pulling out their tear gas, that's a clue. So we have a lot of clues that shit's about to hit the fan here. But you know what? When you get involved in something like this, if you're in the middle of this, it's one thing to say, hey, I want to be a part of something. And then when it goes bad, you don't have an escape plan. You don't have an evacuation plan. You don't have a way to get out of this. Those people that are filming are in just as much danger as the rest of these guys. And one of them's going to get flashbang here in a minute. Okay, and here's the rush. Now, the cops lose their line here pretty quickly. One guy runs right in the middle, man. I mean, he's just, I might have done the same thing, because when you're in fight or flight and people are rushing me, I'm just going to go on the attack. And this guy does that. But for policy and protection, he left the line, and you're going to see another officer come in and grab him and pull him back. So a lot of them are getting through. This guy's way out here himself. So he's going forward. And when he tries to say I was in fear of my life, that's why I was hitting people with my taunt and using deadly force, and I hit them in the head, I got a problem with that. You ran from a point of safety to the middle of a crowd, and then you're going to claim I was scared. That's kind of like cops jumping in front of cars saying I had to kill him because he's going to run me over, even though I jumped from a point of safety in front of the guy's car. It's not my fault. Sounds like a damn liberal. Does this guy really think he's going to stop? I mean, shit, why don't you just go out there and try to stop a freaking stampede of cattle and hold your hands up and say, wait, there's a sign, no stampeding, and the cattle will stop. Freaking idiot. So a lot of people get out, and a lot of people every one of them could have got out had they all stayed together. Had they all crammed up and went, you know what? Here's a break. You need to take opportunities of these breaks. Now, you see the police line back here kind of starting to break, and those cops are coming over here to help. But right now, the cops have lost control. They lost the line, and the people have the right of way. What happens is some of the people stop, the sheep kind of go back to the middle, and they separate them, and now they lose their initiative. See, all those people you see a lot of cops running from the backside. I mean, there is a lot of cops back here rushing these guys, forcing them into the other cops, and now they're going to say, hey, man, the crowd charged the cops. The cops had to defend themselves. They had no choice. They felt in fear of their lives. They charged because they were getting rushed from the back. I mean, I just can't see how anybody in this group can get charged for anything other than self-preservation. But, you know, I'm sure the government will figure out some way to make this the bad people.
People are going to get hurt. You're going to see it right now. I say go that way. Let's communicate. People are getting squished. People are going to get hurt here. People are getting pepper sprayed very severely right there. Holy cow. Get up here real fast. Get up.
Okay, so now these cops are really pushing these people. Why are they pushing them with a baton into other cops on the other side pushing them. Where's the release? Where's the, I mean, if you want to funnel a crowd, that's one thing. But to funnel them on themselves to where they have nothing to do but fight back, you can't claim, you shouldn't be able to claim self-defense. The government can do what the hell they want, but...
Keep going back. More pepper sprays by the police. They're in a circle. Can't go anywhere. Holy cow. And there's Mason.
Now you notice all these cops are pushing back. They're getting in line. They got their forces. They're pushing. Where are they pushing them? What's the objective? Most of these cops have no idea why they're pushing these people. They're just pushing because, hey, they tried to run through us and we got to keep our line and we're going to push back. I mean, where are you pushing them? What is your goal? I mean, as a defense attorney, I'd be asking, well, what exactly were your orders on where to push these guys and why were you pushing them? Why were you assaulting them to move them to some area to get assaulted on the other side when they turn around? Just really, really just bad government abuse of power here and misuse.
They're just being squeezed in right now. They're just being squeezed in.
Okay, that was a flashbang that just went off.
Oh my God.
And this guy or girl, I don't know which one it is, went down. He was probably looking at the flashbang. When you get a flashbang and that flash and the sound knocks your auditory out. I mean, sometimes you'll go down, you'll get disoriented. Whoever this person is looks like they're out. I don't know if flashbang knocking somebody out. A lot of times they'll disorient them and they'll fall. But okay, she's moving.
Fucking hell. Oh, I got that fucking kill my use. Flashbang just deployed here. Holy shit.
Okay, so officer, when you were pushing these people into the other officers and you were striking them and hitting them and then you threw a flashbang, you threw pepper spray, exactly what were you trying to do to the crowd other than cause seriously bodily injury and or death? What was your purpose of hitting, pepper spraying, and throwing flashbangs in a crowd where cops were on both sides, buildings had them trapped, and they had nowhere to go? What exactly was your purpose? I'd love to hear the answer to that. Okay, and the answer would be, we were in fear of our lives. The crowd was, this was a highly, I'll put on my use of force hat, my police. You know, the officers were in a highly volatile situation, which could easily have been dangerous. They had guns and weapons, and they were afraid that if they lost those weapons, the crowd could use it on them. Therefore, for officer safety and for fear of their lives, they had to react in a situation to preserve their life and to protect the safety of others around them. And, it was a highly volatile situation. So it's easy to say that, they should have thought better. That'll be the answer. And a dumb jury will be like, oh, well, that sounds really reasonable. And, the cops wouldn't lie and government must be telling the truth because, they wouldn't say things just to get out of trouble, would they? All right, we'll end that there.